Yeah, welcome. Here we go again.
Entry point.
Here it is. Fosterdamus.
Entry point.
Welcome, Mr. King. Who that?
Entry point. To the entry
Y'all
point.
know me.
Welcome to the entry point. Entry. Welcome to the entry point. Welcome to the entry point.
Alright, what's up, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the entry point. Week 15 coming right at you. Here we go. Guess what? Quick rundown of last week, Fosterdamus. Let them know. Poop of the week.
Josh McCowan, wow, called him out, let you all know. He actually put up more numbers than Manning and any other quarterback in the league, fantasy-wise. So McCowan, big poop, but now this week he has to sit down because they're going to start Jay Cutler, who hasn't played in weeks. Smart Tressman. Hello.
I don't know.
It's
Stick with the hot hand.
a little iffy.
And also, Jordan Cameron got you 20-plus points. So, you know, came through at the right time. He's been hit or miss. Fosterdamus said put him in the lineup. Guess what? It was time. Put him in the lineup.
Cameron, baby.
You know, Lamar Miller, he was a little concussed, so that doesn't really count. As far as the constipators went, Colin Kaepernick, been constipated, still constipated. Did barely put up 12 points. Tony Romo, little miss on that. He did get up 20. Zach Stacy did not get double digits. All right, that's how last week went. This week, we know if you're still listening, then you are in the playoffs. You know, unless you just like watching because, you know, we're just those kind of cool guys, you dig? You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's just the way it is. So anyways, we're going to do this a little different. We're going to run down these games real quick. And Fosterdamus is going to let you know who's pooping and who's constipated. He might even throw a poop of the week in there for you, just like Ricky style. You know, you never know. You never know what's going to happen right here at the Fosterdamus, at the entry point with Fosterdamus. You dig? So let's go. Let's get it started.
Game time.
We're going to skip the Thursday night game because we're recording it about 3 hours before this starts, and I'm probably not going to get this posted, so we're not talking that one. New England at Miami. You going to start Gronk?
Yeah. Yeah, get Gronk out of your lineup now.
Right.
You know, I'm not playing any Patriot this week. Unless it's Shane Vereen. Shane Vereen, if he's came on here and you need it for a playoff push, Vereen is a great play this week. Okay. But other than that, I don't want any Patriot playing on my squad. Miami, as far as they're concerned, you know, Daniel Thomas and Lamar Miller. You know, both of them are going to see ample carries, I think. They're going to split it up this week if Miller goes. So those are the guys I'm playing.
Mike Wallace has been hot.
He's been hot, and Tannehill has actually had double-digit fantasy points every week this entire season.
He's got some feet on him.
Every week he's had double-digit fantasy points. Every week, though. Crazy.
I didn't know the kid could run like that.
He's got some wheels. He played wide out, actually.
Oh, that's
and then he
Fosterdamus speaks.
Then he's moved to quarterback. Anyways, so play those guys. Nobody but Vereen for New England if you want to win in the playoffs this week.
No Amendola.
No Amendola.
No,
absolutely not.
No Edelman.
No, get out of here.
All right.
Get out of here. Get out of here. That secondary is pretty good of the Dolphins. They'll give Brady problems. He's had problems most of the season. And also, take the Dolphins in this game.
Wow. The Dolphins always playing tough.
Always.
All right, Buffalo and Jacksonville's up next. Looks like Mojo maybe not going. Who knows just yet as of, Thursday. So, in Buffalo, anybody playing? You playing anybody?
I'm playing if you've got Spiller or you've got Fred Jackson and they're good to go, I'm playing both of those guys if I can. Jacksonville's been horrible. Even though they've played well the past few weeks, it's still Jacksonville.
Cecil Shorts? Not,
no.
And hopefully you got a better option than that that'll be a little bit more consistent.
If you're in the playoffs, you're not playing Cecil Shorts right now. Okay,
right,
so.
Yeah. Houston at Indy. Tell me something that is just... Give me a bold statement here. I know we talked about this earlier this week. I hope you remember. Trent
Richardson will put up double-digit fantasy points this week.
For the second week in a row?
Second week in a row. Trent's going to see some carries.
Even more than
12-plus fantasy points from Trent.
All right. Well, that's not as much as we kind of expecting.
We're expecting anything we can get as far as right now because Trent hasn't done anything. But...
PPR league, he's getting...
PPR league, he had some receptions last week, and that's where he put his points up. I look for most of the same this week. Got to start Andrew Luck. Got to start Andre Johnson.
I
He
mean,
must start. He's got you this far.
he's got that good juju going too because he donated like 17 grand this
Right.
week to some needy kids. So I mean, if he doesn't blow up this week, I mean,
Andre.
definitely he's wide out one potential this week.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Take the Colts.
Philly at Minnesota. Looks like if you have AP and he does play, would you play him?
Absolutely not. I'm trying to win fantasy championships. If he were to nick that up, if he's going to go get a shot in his foot, that was bad. Watching him roll around like that was bad.
Yeah.
I'm not playing that guy this week. No.
Even as much of a non-human as he plays like with his injuries, and he's talking like he's not hurt at all.
Right.
Man, it's playoff time, so you
Right.
can't afford that risk. You want to put the players in your lineup with the less risk, more reward. You
Right.
dig? So Philly playing everybody.
Everybody I can on Philly, maybe except Brent Selleck. Other than that, Deshaun's got to go. Riley Cooper's got to play in your lineup. Nick Foles is a G. He's got to play. LaShawn, he speaks for himself, So
We're playing Nick Foles over Cam Newton,
Nick Foles over Newton.
and Cam Newton's got a pretty good matchup this week at
Oh,
home
yeah.
against the Jets.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, both of those are top quarterbacks. We really we're going with Foles though. So let that speak. Seattle at the Giants.
Wow. I'm not playing Seattle's defense.
Really?
I'm not playing Seattle's defense. That's scary for me this week. They've been kind of crappy on the road. They really have been. They're great at home, but they have not been so great at home. Look for big weeks.
Yeah.
Big weeks from Victor Cruz.
Really?
Big week from Andre Brown. But you're starting Russell Wilson because he's going to put the numbers up. And Marshawn's a must start as well. Those wideouts, Golden Tate's been a fill-in guy, but everybody else, you don't know.
Maybe flex for.
You don't a hurting flex.
Yeah.
But Russell Wilson plays, Marshawn, and that's on your side on Seattle. But sit their defense because Eli's going to sneaky put some points up this week.
San Francisco with Tampa Bay.
I'm starting Bobby Rainey.
Hey.
I'm going to, Glennon's been all right. If you've been riding this guy and won a playoff matchup, or two, or he got you into the playoffs, why not? There's not a whole lot of better options out there on your waiver wire, I'm sure. If you lost Rodgers and this is the guy you're running with
Obviously, V-Jax.
V. Jackson, you got to play him. Frank Gore's looking a little old to me the past few weeks, so I'm not really trying to play him.
Didn't he just bust one for like 80 yards last week?
Yeah, and then he couldn't finish it off and
Right.
fell
Well,
out.
he's been getting caught from behind like that for years.
But-
he's never had that,
breakaway speed.
Yeah.
Anyway, FGZ, I'm not real fond of him. I think Tampa Bay's defense has improved, and they are playing at home.
Right.
They kind of got it together a little bit, trying to keep Shiano's job, but playing Glennon as well. So, other than that, I'm not playing Crabtree because, Revis is going to be on him.
Whew. And Crabtree looked like he was about to come right back for you, too. Yeah, I think I'd have to sit Crabs, too.
Right.
Chicago at Cleveland.
Cleveland.
That's interesting. I mean, is Josh Gordon going to have a bad game, maybe?
Never. No, Josh Gordon's going off. You know this. This is
That Chicago D's a little hurt.
This is documented. No Peanut Tillman. Of course,
Right.
they're banged up. They're giving up the pass. They're giving up the run. They're just finding a way to win with McCowan, and now they're going to sit him and play Cutler? No. You don't start Cutler this week at all. Don't play Cutler because Cleveland's defense, once again, is sneaky good. If they can beat up on Tom Brady, they sure as hell going to beat up on Jay Cutler. Cleveland's defense is a sneaky, tasty play this week. However, Cutler will find a way to get the ball. I mean, you have Alshon, you have B. Marsh, you have Forte, Martellus Bennett, Earl Bennett. They have tons of offensive weapons. I think you see McCowan by the second half to go ahead and get him the win. But the two Browns I'm playing, definitely Cameron and Josh Gordon.
All right. So, say somebody had Gronk in their lineup.
Right.
They're picking up Martellus Bennett.
Absolutely.
That's
where you want to be. You want to play that guy.
that'd be a good pickup for you. Say you lost Gronk, you need some help. There's nobody else out there, and Martellus Bennett should be a pretty good play this week. He's catching everything that comes to him. It looks like.
Oh, yeah.
So, Washington and Atlanta. I mean, are you playing Garcon?
Yeah, because Kirk Cousins can play.
And
Kirk Cousins can absolutely play. I like
no
watching,
letdown. No
like
letdown.
watching, no letdown, not at all. Kirk Cousins can play. He's better than Griffin. He's a better system quarterback. Better system quarterback than RG Thrizzle. So, Alfred Morris, that's a play this week. Slack and Jackson, nice play this week maybe. Of course, Harry Douglas has got to go. Other than that,
Harry Douglas has been one of the most dropped players in fantasy football this week.
You got to play Harry Douglas this week. You got to play him. You got to play him this week.
Fosterdamus speaks. New York Jets at Carolina.
Cam.
Steve Smith's been getting dropped a lot.
Steve Smith, I dropped Steve Smith actually to pick up a better player, but yeah, that's kind of I like Brandon LaFell this week. Brandon LaFell, nice plug and play. He's been hot, and Cam just gets it done. He gets it done however he has to. That defense is solid. You definitely play Carolina's defense this week, especially after getting beat last week. They're coming back for vengeance, and they're home. Mm-hmm. I don't really like any Jets this week unless you have to play Chris Ivory. Unless you absolutely have to.
That's what I was going to say.
That's the only guy I'm playing.
And you're going up against that Carolina defense, so don't expect much.
A top 5 run D.
Yeah. Next up, Kansas City at Oakland. Anybody on Oakland?
Not starting anybody on Oakland unless I have to. Rod Streeter, maybe, if I have to. But you play every single Chief you can. Every one of them. Play them all.
Right.
Jamal Charles, the number 1 back in the NFL right now.
For fantasy. Number 1 fantasy back. Yeah.
Fantasy back.
He's only got about 12 points over LaShawn, but he's got it. And we said it weeks and weeks ago. Check out the old draft show. We said it was going to happen. And, Fosterdamus speaks. I didn't say, I agree, but Fosterdamus said it.
Jamal.
Arizona at Tennessee. At Arizona, D's tough. We're stuck playing Chris Johnson because we lost AP. We're not going to play, and Reggie's banged up, so we're stuck with forced to being playing Chris Johnson. But would you recommend anybody else to play Chris Johnson?
Yeah, I do. Their run first Hawk and Honey Badgers out for the season. They got another guy taking over that spot. If I got to play Chris, I don't feel that bad about it, I got to play Chris, so it's going to happen. I'm playing Chris in a few leagues. And if he busts that one, there you go. You get your 11 to 14 points. Need Chris to bust one for about 35, 40. Let's get up in there, Chris. So I'm playing Chris this week. And, of course...
Carson? Is Carson worth a play this week?
Maybe. But that Tennessee defense is sneaky good. If you have other options, I'm not playing Palmer.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Larry Fitz, the only guy you're playing on that team?
Yeah, and he's going to see double coverage, and Pollard's probably going to knock him out.
Yeah. All right, so next up, Green Bay at Dallas. Dallas has the greatest defense ever assembled, and this would be a nice comeback game for Aaron Rodgers if he does play.
Yeah.
It'd be almost like a scrimmage.
I'm still scared of that. Yeah, Dallas is awful. Eddie Lacy, no brainer. He's got you this far. Big Eddie's going to do big things this week. Other than that, I'm kind of scared to touch anybody else there. DeMarco Murray's a nice play this week. Dez Bryant's going to be a nice play this week. It's Dez. So other than that, I'm not trusting Romo. He's due to screw up. It's almost getting close to playoff time. Usually,
Fosterdamus is 1 week off on a lot of these constipators. So last week, Fosterdamus said Romo was constipated. Maybe he was just a little bit early.
Yeah,
maybe he squeezed one last one out, and now he's cheesed up. Now he's all cheesed up. So Green Bay, who are you playing?
Eddie. That's it.
Eddie, that's it.
That's all right.
It. New Orleans at St. Louis.
I'm playing I'm playing Yimmy. I'm playing Breeze.
Colston put up big numbers on my bench last week.
I'm playing Colston. I'm playing Pierre Thomas if he's got me this far. He's been pretty good. And as far as the St. Louis side, Zach Stacy, and that's it. That's the only guy that can get a nod for me for a start this week.
Cincy at Pittsburgh. Let's go. Gio
goes.
Le'Veon.
AJ, Le'Veon, Andy Dalton.
No Big Ben.
AJ Green. No Big Ben.
All right. Last up, we got Baltimore at Detroit.
Every line you can start, every single one of them. Please go, Reggie Bush. Please,
Come on, man.
Please
Come on, man. We need
play.
it. And we need it.
Please.
We need it.
I like Reggie Bush this week. Sneaker poop, since we didn't have a poop of the week. Sneaker poop, Bernard Pierce is going to sneak in and get some points for you if you had to play. If you lost AP like we did.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin, obviously. Torrey Smith, nice play this week.
He had a down week last week.
Yeah, so it's bounce back time for Torrey. They're trying to get in the playoffs. And
playing well.
And that sums it up pretty much.
So who you got to win that game? Because I think that's going to be a pretty good Monday Night Football game. You got the Ravens trying to get in, and you got Detroit that really needs a win too.
Needs a wild card, especially after they lost last week. That's a no-brainer for me, man. Detroit what?
Joe Buddy. There you go. So there you have it, folks. Good luck. Make sure you tune in this Saturday on Blog Talk Radio, Icons Fantasy Sports. We're live at 11. You can call in and do all that. And if not, you can catch it on iTunes. And, just check us out. Make sure you check out Facebook, too, because we can talk some smack. We listen to you. Maybe we don't listen to you. Maybe we will listen to you. But either way, jump on board because it's game time.
Playoffs, baby.